Hi, my name is Sunday. In this video, I'll be talking about the documents that you need to have before applying for Italian citizenship. But first, if you know you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do subscribe and click the notification bell so whenever I upload any new videos or information, you will know. So, Italian citizenship. So, I talked about it in my previous video before on how you need to apply for it. But now I'm going to be breaking down the things that you need to have so that you can be able to get prepared. It might not be, you don't need to wait. Sometimes you don't need to wait till you clock 10 years, until you be 10 years before you have all these things. There are some of the things you need to prepare ahead. Not that after you have reached 10 years, before you now start hurrying up to come and prepare those things. So that's why I'm relaying the video to you, so that even though you are 8 years now in your residence or you are 7 years now, there are some things you need to start preparing down. So that when that time comes, everything will become easy for you. So first we're going to talk about Carta di Identità. You need to have that. Carta di Identità. When you are presenting, you want to present for it or you want to apply for it, these are the list of documents that you need to have. Then Carta di Identità, Codice Fiscale, then Permesso Soggiorno, you need to have it as well. Then your passport, you need to also have your passport. If you are in Nigeria, you go to your embassy, go and apply for your Nigerian passport. Don't wait till then before you start applying for all these things. So you need to have your passport. If it has expired, you need to have it renewed. Then another crucial important one, then this one is for B. It says B1 exam for people that don't have EU long-term permits or illimitata or 00. They also call it Carta Soggiorno. So it is B1 exam for those ones that have not done Carta Soggiorno, don't have Carta Soggiorno, or those ones that have not done the EU long-term permit. Like those ones, for instance, you get married to Italian citizen and you want to, after 2 years, you want to have the document. If you don't have EU long-term permit, which is illimitata or Carta Soggiorno, you need to have B1 exam. You need to have the certificate of B1 exam. Then as well, for those ones that have asilo politico, that have asilo document, theirs is just 5 years. They need to have 5 years of residence. So after the 5 years of residence, they also need to have this B1 exam. So don't wait till you are that 5 years for those ones that are having asilo politico, and don't wait until you are 10 years for those ones that are having ordinary documents, sojourner. And don't also wait until you complete or you are about to apply for those ones that got married to Italian citizens. So if you want to apply, you need to have this thing in ground. Then for those ones that are having Carta Soggiorno, reason why they don't need it is because when they did their Carta or when they are about to do their Carta, they also applied for that A2 exam. So they have used A2 exam to apply for their Carta. So now they have their Carta. That is the reason why they don't need the B1 exam, because they have gotten their Carta. Because when they applied for their Carta, the A2 exam was also requested from them. So you have to find everything available. You have to do everything possible to make sure you get this B1 exam, because when that time comes, it will be very late for you to start applying for it, because you need to go to school for it. It's not like the A1. The A1 is a little bit easier, but the B1 is higher than the A2. So that is why you must put all effort to make sure that you have it. Like those ones that don't have Carta, if you're applying for it, you don't have Carta, you need the B1 exam. You need the B1 exam. So get yourself prepared and put all things together for you to have it. Then you want to say 3 years code, which is your yearly income. 3 years code, your yearly income, meaning you have to have 3 years code, not 1 year code. If you are applying for Carta, 1 year code is enough for you to apply for Carta. But if you are applying for Italian citizenship, you need to have 3 years code. Everybody, both those ones that are having asilo politico, you need to have 3 years code. Then whoever that is also applying, you need to have 3 years code. Your yearly income, I said in my previous video that the yearly income, which is the amount fixed, needs to be equal. So for singles, for single individual, for instance, it's just you alone, you don't have family, you want to apply for Italian citizenship, you need to have code of 8,263.31 euro. 8,263.31 euros. Approximately 8,300 as single if it's just you alone. So the 3 years code, it has to be 8,300, 8,300 the next year, and under 8,300 the upper year, which is the third year, before you can be able to use it to apply for Italian citizenship. Then the second one says husband and wife, that's for two people or for couple. Husband and wife is 11,362.05. 11,362.05. So which is approximately 11,400. So you need to have 11,400. So if you are going to apply and you are married to someone, if you are going to apply, you need to have this code. If your wife is under your carry code, this is the code, even though you are the one that is applying, even though it's not you and your wife that is applying together, it's only you one that is applying. As far as you have your wife under your carry code, you need to have this 11,362.05, approximately 11,400. So that is what you need to have, and it has to be in three formats. The same 11,400 at the first one, 11,400 at the second one, 11,400 at the third one. So the three must be the same, not 1,500 or 5,000. No, the three must be the same. While the third one says plus 516 euro. Plus 516 euro for each side. Now, if you are having children in your family, for instance, you and your wife is 11,362.05. Then, if you have a child, you now plus 516 to that's 11,000 plus. You plus it to it. If you are having two children, it becomes plus 516 again. Another children again plus 516. So that is how the calculation goes. So if you are having two children, three children, you plus each children is 516 euro. That is what you need to plus to your code. So with all these ones, when you get all these ones ahead prepared, then you'll be able to apply for it. Now listen to this. It says if the applicant does not possess its own incomes or has incomes below those established by the decree law, it is possible to consider the income of another household members in the same family status of the applicant. Now, it says if the applicant, the person that wants to apply, does not possess its own income, maybe it does not have work and it does not have its own personal code, then it can be able, or maybe his own code as well is also very low. Maybe instead of maybe he and his wife supposed to be 11,400, approximately 11,400, but now the man is having 6,000 in his code. Then maybe his wife is also having 6,000. So their two can join the two code together for one to apply. For instance, the man is 10 years in residence while the wife is not yet 10 years. He can join the two code together while the one will use it to apply. Or also, if for instance the woman is not working and the man is working and the woman is already 10 years and the man is not yet 10 years, the code of the man, the woman can be able to use it to apply for herself. So that's what they're trying to say. The most important thing, he must be a member of the same family. They must have the same family statute together. They must be in the same family statute, the same house together before he can be able to use it for him or her. So that's what they are trying to say. If the applicant don't have his own code or don't have his own income, the member of the family's income can serve. Or if it's very low, they can join it together for it to be enough for him or her to apply. Then it says 10 years historical residence. The date you started your residence until 10 years. If it's asilo political, then it has to be 5 years historical residence. Then if it's normal sojourner, it has to be 10 years historical resident. Then that historical resident, you have to know the date you started your legal residence. You have to know the date you started it and the current date. So they will also be demanding the historical resident, where you started it from. And for instance, you have moved from one city to the other. Maybe you were in Parma before, you later moved to Modena, other place. It continues the day you started from Parma and the day you left. You also write it down. You have to give the information to them. Then the day you continue from Modena and and the day you also left Modena maybe to another city. So all those things has to be jotted down, has to be written down. The date you started from Parma and the date you left, you have to be written. Then the date you started from Modena and the date you left Modena, it has to be, even though you have stayed in 100 places, the date you started and the day you left, in the current place you are living, that is the historical resident, the history, the historical resident. So you have to have that. Then you also going to say that birth certificate legalized with legal translation. Birth certificate, your birth certificate needs to be done from Africa, wherever country you are from. It needs to be legalized and also translated. They need to translate it and also legalize it. The one they translate, they will also legalize it. So you have to have that as well. The another thing talks about police certificate of the country of origin with legalized translation. Your police certificate, the police certificate that you have not committed any crime. So you need to do that in the country of origin. You need to do that as well in your country of origin. If you are in Nigeria, you need to do it in Nigeria. You need to bring it from Nigeria, that you have not committed any crime in Nigeria before you came to Europe, even though you have been in Europe for more than 10 years. But you need to still bring it that you have not committed any crime. So it needs to be translated and legalized as well. It needs to be translated and legalized as well. Why for those ones that are having asilo politico, those group of people, they don't need to bring this type of certificate. So theirs is just something that they need to do in this place. There's another thing that will be equivalent to it that they are going to give to them in this place. So those ones for asilo, they don't need to do it. But other group of people, you have to do it. So now let's look at how to complete for police certificate in Italy without going to your country. How to complete, how to have that certificate of crime, that police certificate, without going over to your country. You know, long before, people used to, if you need this certificate, you need to travel yourself to go and complete in your country. Then later you bring all the certificate. That is how it was being done then. But the law has been changed. Many things have been changed. You can do it in your embassy, but there are things you still need to bring from home. Then those ones that are opportunity to go home is two different ways. You can still do it back in Africa or in Nigeria. If you are opportunity, maybe in that period, you will be opportunity to go to Nigeria, to go to your country, Ghana, wherever you are from. You are opportunity to go over to Africa. You can still do the certificate, this template yourself in Africa. But if you are not able to go over to your country because you are still going to spend transport and other things, maybe you don't want to go, you can do it over here in the country you are in Italy. You can do it over here in Italy. Now I'm going to be telling you or showing you how you need to do that so you don't spend money, unnecessary money in traveling over to Africa. Some people don't know and they are still traveling over because of it, traveling over to Nigeria, to Ghana, to any other places to go and do this template, all of which you can do it in this place. Send the template paper to them over in Africa. Then they will use to prepare other things. Now let me put it through. You say you have to ask for document of template from your embassy. So you have to ask for your document of template. So you request it from embassy. It will be sent to you. Document of template. So it's a permission for the polizia or for the costura to template you. They will give you the letter. Embassy will give you the letter. Then when you have gotten the letter, so two says take the document of template to costura for template. So after the embassy have given you the document, you will take the document, that document they have sent to you. After you have done it, they will send it to you. Then you have to take that document plus your document. You go to Questura. When you go to Questura police station, when you go to Questura, they will template you in that place. Now listen to this. After they have templated you in Questura, now these things are going to happen. It's either A, they give you the results of the template. Number one is either they will give you the result. There are some cities, there are some questuras, or there are some regions whereby you go and template with that document. After they have finished templating you, they will give you the result of the template, everything that you have used to template. They will give it back to you. Then immediately you send it to them over in Africa to start using to process other things. But B, if they did not give you the template result, some questura will say no, they will not give it to you. They have to send it back to your embassy. They will send it back to your embassy. Now, after they have sent it back to your embassy, if they follows that lane, if they give it back to you, it's very okay. It will be good for you and it will save your time. So if they have to send it back to your embassy, that is where you have to wait for your embassy to send it back to you. So after they have sent it back to the embassy, to your embassy, then you start waiting for your embassy to send it back to you. Now, this is where delay comes. Many delays come in this place, especially it depends on the kind of embassy. Say some embassies, e.g., especially Nigeria embassy in Rome. There are some embassies when this thing be sent back to them, some within the space of a month or within the space of 1 week or 2 weeks, they will send it back to you for you to be able to use it for what you want to use it for. But in a section of Nigeria embassy in Rome, they are not in that lane. When they send it to them, the thing delays in their hand. It takes months, it takes 2 months, it takes 3 months. You call them, they will say they have not received it. Now, let me put it through. If you want to collect it, you have to go back to the questura. You have to go back to the questura, go and meet them in the questura, tell them that your embassy said they have not received it. Listen to this. Tell them that your embassy said they have not received the complete paper they sent. Now, the questura will now give you the return receipt because they did it with Rakamandata. So they will give you the receipt that the embassy signed of receiving it. That will be your evidence. They will give you the receipt that your embassy signed of receiving it. So you will take the receipt, they will photocopy it for you. So you will take the receipt and go straight to your embassy, especially Nigeria embassy. So you go straight to Nigeria embassy or to your embassy. If your embassy is also like that, maybe you are from any other embassies. So you go straight to your embassy. Then you get a tell them you need your complete results that your questura sent to them. They might say they have not received it. Then you will present to them the receipt of return that they signed of receiving it. So when you have given that to them, that will be evidence. Before you know, within the space of 31 hours, they will give it to you. So if they give it to you, so the next thing you need to do is to send it over to Africa. Then you have to have an agent that will, whoever is going to take you through other things, because there are other things that you need to do over there in Africa. After they have done it, maybe legalize it, they translate it, and also the person will send it over to you. After they have sent it back to you here in Europe or in Italy, then you can be able to add it to other documents. Then you'll be able to use it to apply for your Italian citizenship. So that's how it goes. So you just get yourself prepared. So that is all, everything you need to prepare yourself, the most important thing that you need to have. So when getting prepared, get prepared, especially that exam, B1 or those ones that needs to do other things, you need to get prepared. Don't wait till 10 years. Don't wait till 10 years. Many people waited till 10 years, and before they know it, time has passed. Don't wait till 10 years. You can start doing it from 8 years, 7 years. Start preparing yourself. If you don't have a job and you really want to apply for Italian citizenship, and your job is wavering, you don't have a job, find something. It might be autonomous. For the space of, it might be from 7 years going. Make sure you have 3 years school. Try, no matter the amount it's going to cost you. Put your document into autonomous so that you'll be able to have that 3 years school, so that you'll be able to have this document. Because after getting the document, then you'll be able to use it for whatsoever you want to use it for. You can also use it to go wherever you want to go. It will also help you, it will also liberate you from many things. So it is very essential, it is very important. That is why I'm putting this across or ahead to you, so that you get prepared, so that when that time comes, you know that you are prepared already. But on this certificate of crime, this police report, this is the one you have to wait till 10 years. So this one, you cannot do this one on ground because it expires. It only has 6 months validity period. So when you do it in Nigeria, it only has 6 months validity period, meaning it expires within 6 months. So it's only this one that you can wait. Other things you can do them on ground, like the B1 exam. But this one, you cannot do this on ground. You have to wait after 10 years for those ones that are applying after 10 years. So thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Please like, comment, and share. And if you like the video as well, please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and click the notification bell so whenever I upload any new videos or information, you will know. Thank you and God bless you. Bye.